Hi everyone. Today the topic is resource and development class 10 NCERT syllabus. Last video I discussed about development of the resource and status of development and stock, everything we discussed the last video, and today this video we are going to discuss about development of resource. So coming to the topic, when we say development of resource, we simply mean planning of resources because human greed is the reason behind depletion of resources. Okay, at the speed of at which we are consuming these resources, it's soon going to be exhausted. And what happened after that? We also have an accumulation of resource, and few hands only the rich and few people have access to certain resources. Okay, now I'll say example in India how the reliance industry controls the electricity as well as the oil part of the natural resource. Similarly, we have Tata Steel and few other competitors who control the iron part of it. Okay, if you have a few people controlling the large chunk of the resources, then the society is divided into two segments, that is rich and poor. What I am saying is, see, when the resources are useful for everyone, it should be good for all. Okay, and then not to mention global warming, ozone layer depletion, environmental pollution, all of are caused because of the unthoughtful utilization of resources. So here the problems I mentioned here, what are the major problems we are facing, like indiscriminate use of resource, depletion of resource for satisfying the greed of the few individuals, and accumulation of resource in a few hands, like a global ecological crisis like global warming, environmental pollution, and land degradation. All these happens because of the use unthoughtful utilization of the resources. Okay, so what is the solution for is this? That is, a solution is sustainable development. So sustainable development we have to do. And next part is, so for this, all problems calls for a proper planning of resources, and with that it brings us to new topic called resource planning. Resource planning in India. Resource planning is a complex process. For that, we need to identify where the resources are located in the country. Then, we need to do some surveys and mapping for the quantitative and qualitative estimation. Then only we can make the proper planning of resource. Okay, the Geological Survey of India does this work with the help of satellite and other forms of technology. It prepares an estimation as to how much of certain minerals or resources is available. Okay. Can I say example? What is the quantity of coal left in our country, or what grade of the coal do we have? Because of, you see, these all are important because these all determines the cost of that resources in the international market. And then we need to have proper technology skill and institutional setup for the implementing resources, which states will be having what kind of the resources will get in the states, like that. So resource development it plans. Okay, now second topic will be conservation of resource. So overutilization of resource will lead to socio-economic and environmental problems. To overcome these problems, just like resource planning is important, we also need to do resource conservation also. And land resource. See, you can observe this map. There will be a natural resource like natural vegetation, wildlife. Land is the most important natural resource. Everybody knows that, and because of it, supports natural vegetation, wildlife, human life, economic activities like transport, communication system, etc. We also need to a careful planning for in terms of the usage of land. India has a variety of relief features, and like mountains, plateaus, plains, and islands, and all the all of this plays an important role in this somewhere other. Example, um, it is because of the mountains that we have perennial rivers that flow. You can observe in this map the rivers which is flowing from the mountainous areas like Ganga, Yamuna, Brahmaputra, all these rivers. So these continuous, the perennial rivers that flow continuously and form some rivers, and because of this flow of these rivers, the plain lands of India has a rich fertile soil. So fertile land will be useful for the agriculture. And of highlands also, because of highlands also we have huge coral deposits, and that attracts a lot of water species and fisheries also. All these important, these are playing an important role. Then the plateau regions are rich in reserves like minerals, fossil fuels, and forests. So you understand how much land is important and what all we get from it. Now let's read about the utilization of land. Land is used for following f- purposes. For example, forest. So here you can observe in the picture there are so many uses, like cultivation of land, forest area, land used for construction, fallow lands, all of this. So we are coming to the part forest. In India, according to the law 33% of land should be given to the forest area, because that will maintain the ecological balance. Then we have land not available for cultivation. So either they are barren or wasteland, or the lands that are there in urban areas for building and roads, factories. Then we have other uncultivated lands. You can say, take deserts. So deserts will not be useful for the agriculture purpose also. Okay, such as lands that are permanent for the pastures and grazing land. Then we have land that has been allocated to certain tree crops. Then we have wasteland, which also called the dump land. You can say, example, wherein the all city garbage is dumped. And then we have fallow lands. So fallow lands are those lands which are meant for agriculture purpose, but do not, due to some reason, agriculture has not been done performed for the several years. Maybe there climate change will be there, or there is no proper rainfall. So all these reasons, because of that the land left like that empty. Okay. And fifth, net zone areas. Net zone areas is nothing but it is the total area where the crops are sold, which means that land is functional for the agriculture purpose. I hope you understood this topic. In coming video, I'll be explaining the land use patterns. Thank you.